with that, we will go ahead and get started. Welcome everyone to our Slow Flow Monday, our grounding yoga practice. So we are going to do some deep stretching tonight, a little strengthening, nothing too intense. We'll probably move a little more hatha style tonight as opposed to vinyasa. So hatha is when we kind of just sit in a posture for a little bit and enjoy it a little bit more, where vinyasa, we tend to take our movement breath per movement. And so I'm going to join you in constructive rest in just a moment. I just want to sit up just to hold the space for another moment longer in case anybody joins in. But as you are in your space of constructive rest, again, maybe you have the arms out to the side like a T. Maybe the palms are facing up to receive energy from this practice tonight, or maybe there's an intention you are working with and you just want to be in the space of receiving that energy. Maybe you want to flip the palms down to be in a space of grounding tonight. Maybe it feels good to place hands on the belly, the heart. Maybe it feels good to have one palm up, one palm down. Take what you need. Close the eyes if that feels good. Letting the lids softly close over the eyes. And if you choose to keep the eyes open, finding a soft gaze. Relaxing the muscles of the face, your jawline, and clenching your teeth. Maybe the knees are apart, or maybe the knees are dropping into touch, whatever feels good for you here. Maybe you're gently rocking the knees from side to side. Just taking some nice slow movement, allowing yourself to settle in. Or again, maybe you're just here in a space of stillness, feeling yourself arrive for this practice tonight. Noticing the rise and fall of the belly and the chest as you take a deep breath in and exhale the air out. Notice the soles of the feet connected to the mat. Notice how the back of your head is resting. So you want to notice that your chin isn't pointing up too high towards the ceiling, but instead bringing the chin towards the chest, not so that you are resting the chin on the chest, but so that you are creating alignment in the back of the head, the back of the neck, and the rest of the spine. Trying to avoid any compression in the back of the neck. Taking a deep breath in with your exhale, really feeling the spine, the back of the body release into the mat. As you inhale, notice the expansion of your belly and the rib cage. And as you exhale, notice how everything gently falls back in. We'll take a few more breaths in this space and then we'll start to add to our practice. So we're going to take it nice and slow to begin with. We'll gently work our way up to standing. We're only going to be standing for a little bit to enjoy a shoulder stretch tonight. And then we'll work our way back down to the mat. So a nice slow and steady flow to help you settle into yourself, to settle into your Monday, to settle in for the week that is ahead. Maybe there's an intention you want to set for this week. It's still very early in September. Maybe there's an intention you want to set for the month. Or maybe there is an intention you set for the month and you just want to reflect on that intention as you breathe in and exhale out. Noticing the mind softening as the body softens. And just really noticing, feeling this connection of breath between mind and body. Again, simply noticing your breath in and your breath out. Feeling the shoulders soften, the fingers relax, the toes relax. Taking one more beautiful deep breath in, just like this. And slowly exhale, exhale, exhale. Nice and easy. Take a moment to straighten out the legs. I do invite you to bring the arms to the side like a T if they're not already there. Once we move into this next shape, you might decide to move the arms around. But we're going to take a little grounded tree. We haven't done that in a long time. I was thinking about that as I was coming up with our practice for today. And I figured what better posture to practice in a grounding practice, but grounded tree pose, finding balance, but without the intensity of holding the balance, right? So let's go ahead and start with our right leg or our right foot rather. So we can take the sole of the right foot and just like in standing tree, maybe you want to place the foot just above the ankle. Maybe you want to place it between the knee and the ankle. So remember, not against the knee, even lying down. Maybe you want to bring the sole of the foot against the inside of the left thigh. That's going to facilitate a deeper stretch for the hip here. We're going to hang out here for 10 deep breaths. So maybe you want to take it a little bit lower for the first couple of breaths and then just start to open up that hip, bringing the heel up or bringing the foot up a little higher. And then you can keep the arms out to the side like a T or like standing tree pose. Reach the arms above the head, perhaps letting the palms face up, softening the shoulders. And give a little flex to that left foot so that the toes are active and engaged. Maybe you want to extend one arm up, perhaps the left arm, and then use your right hand to gently press down the right thigh towards the earth if you want to adjust yourself and get a little deeper into this. You can keep the eyes closed here if that feels good. Let's find 5 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. So even lying down, we can envision the properties of tree pose. Again, finding balance, connection, feeling rooted to ourselves, to the earth. Noticing the expansion if the arms are stretched out above the head, or even if the arms are out to the side like a T, maybe you're just noticing that expansion in the chest. Take another breath in. Exhale out. And with your next exhale, let's gently hug the right knee into your chest. Just take it nice and easy here. And then we can release the right leg and find that on the other side. So you might find that you have more opening in one hip than the other. So maybe on this side, you go straight to the inside of your right thigh, or maybe you start again by the right ankle. Again, you can reach the arms above the head or take the arms out to the side like a T, or maybe even cactus arms, whatever feels good for you. Gently draw the right toes into the body, anchor down through the right thigh. And as you breathe with every exhale, just feeling that left thigh drop down to the earth a little bit more. Again, here you can use the left hand to gently press down the left thigh if you want to give yourself an adjustment there. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Maybe notice where you are still holding on to a little tension, a little tightness. Maybe there's even a little resistance in that left hip, right? So there's always that beautiful balance of feeling the hip trying to open, right, in this case, and the thigh trying to drop down, but then the knee stays a little lifted, like it's trying to resist that opening that's going to happen if the thigh drops all the way down to the earth. So this is where we return to our breath, and we use our breath to guide us through, to go a little bit deeper, to see if we can find a little bit more. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. One more beautiful deep breath in here, yogis. Exhale out. And with your next exhale, gently hug that left knee into the chest. Beautiful. And then we can rest the left leg. And then nice and easy, let's grab our yoga straps. And we'll come back to constructive rest. The knees are bent. We're going to open up the strap. And starting with our right leg, we're going to draw the right knee into the chest and then loop the strap around the sole of the right foot so that you're holding side of the strap in each hand. So you got a right and left side of the strap. Keep the knee bent as we prepare to move into this hamstring stretch on the right side. Deep breath in with the knee bent. And then as you exhale, begin to extend that leg up to the ceiling, giving yourself as much room as you need on your strap. Once you arrive, draw those right toes into the body. As you flex the toes, you may notice how that deepens the stretch in the leg. Press up through the sole of the foot like you're trying to put your footprint on the ceiling, perhaps the sky. And you can keep the left knee bent if that feels good, or you can release and extend the left leg onto the mat, anchoring down through the left thigh, and then flexing those left toes in as well. And let's just hold this for 5 deep breaths. With each exhale, you might gently tug the leg into the body a little bit more, deepening the stretch. It's okay if the knee is bent, even with the strap. This might be your first stretch of the day, or your first deep stretch of the day. Or sometimes just getting into those hamstrings, right? Takes a little work, but we want to breathe with every exhale. Press through the sole of the foot and remember to keep those shoulders soft. Relax the face. Ooh, let's take 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more full deep breath in. Hold for the exhale. Beautiful. Let's draw that right knee into the chest. And then we can release the strap from the right foot. And then we'll return with the right knee bent and find all of that on the left side. So we're going to start by drawing that left knee into the chest. Loop the strap around the sole of the foot. Breath in with the knee drawn into the chest. Exhale to extend that leg to the ceiling. Flex the toes. Once you arrive, and then you can decide if you want to keep the right knee bent or extend and release the right leg onto the mat. Draw those toes into the body. And then again, you can gently tug the leg in towards the body to deepen that stretch. Breathing, breathing, breathing. Softening again your shoulders, your elbows. I even had to catch myself with my elbows to drop them down to soften them. Let's take 2 more breaths. 1 more deep breath in. Exhale out. All right, yogis, let's draw the knee into the chest just enough so that we can sneak our right foot in with our left. And then with your next exhale, extend both legs up to the ceiling. I sometimes find that both legs feels better than like one leg. One leg is, I guess, the isolated stretching, yeah? But when the legs are together in tandem in a team, you're happy to be together, so the stretch feels a little less intense, right? So picture yourself in like legs up the wall. So there is a wall behind your legs supporting you. So you're feeling that energy, trying to straighten the legs a little bit more. The lower back, rather, your sacrum is anchored to the mat, pressing up through the soles of the feet. Beautiful stretch here. Let's take 3 more breaths with each exhale. Press up through the feet. Feel that shake. If you are shaking, maybe I'm just shaking. 1 more deep breath in. Exhale out. Beautiful. Let's draw those knees into the chest. Release your strap, but don't place it too far because we are going to come back to that in just a little bit. And let's go ahead, hug the knees into the chest. You might gently rock from side to side. Maybe turn the head from side to side. And then yogi's choice. So you are all seasoned yogis in class tonight. So I'm going to invite you to rock all the way to one side or the other, and then we're going to roll right up into downward facing dog. So take your time arriving, but down dog is the destination that we want to arrive at, or where we want to arrive. So taking your time, bringing your body into the shape of an upside down V. If you need to pause at hands and knees for a little bit and maybe shake the hips around, little cow and cat, or maybe you feel ready to bring your body into the shape of an upside down V. We're gonna hang out here for 5 deep breaths. As always, hands are shoulder length apart. We wanna feel, excuse me, yogis, the weight of this in the heels of our feet. No worries if the heels don't connect with the mat. But where we don't want to feel the weight of this is in our wrists. So even though we are working the wrists, we want to feel light in the wrists, and then the energy coming down the back of the legs into the heels. Excuse me. And then we can pedal the feet, shake the head, maybe come up to tippy toes, lower down to the heels if that feels good. Whatever you need here. 2 more breaths. Beautiful. 1 more full deep breath in. As you exhale, let's really make this one count. Press the belly in towards the thighs, just feeling that stretch in the shoulders. Beautiful. Sneaking in 1 more breath in. Exhale out. And then bringing the gaze between the hands at the top of the mat, let's slowly walk the feet up to the hands, finding our way into a forward fold. You might let the head hang here if that feels good, or bring the gaze slightly forward. So as always, if dropping the head all the way down creates like that blood rush feeling or pressure in the head, bring your gaze slightly forward. Really good for anybody who might deal with benign vertigo. I know that's something I deal with from time to time. So bringing the gaze forward helps to take that pressure off. Let's hang out here for another breath in. Exhale, lift the hips up towards the ceiling, deepen the stretch just a little bit. With your next inhale, hands to shins or knees. Let's bring the gaze forward, find a flat back, halfway lift. Breath in, exhale, and fold. And then with softness to the knees, let's inhale, take it up to standing. Nice and easy, let your spine uncurl 1 ring at a time. Inhale, bring the arms up alongside the ears. And with the exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Pause here for a breath in and a breath out. Just taking a moment to check in with yourself as we arrive in standing. Beautiful. Beautiful. And then we can release the hands. Let's go ahead and grab our shoulder straps. Our yoga straps for our shoulder stretch. Here we go. Okay, so it's not retrograde, but I know we had a lunar eclipse yesterday, so I don't know, maybe that's why I'm tripping over all of my words. But our yoga strap to do a shoulder stretch. So in Saturday's class, I mentioned how I'm dealing with a little nerve impingement in my shoulder. So it messes with my range of motion a little bit. So if you kind of see me taking my time or just moving a little bit slow, that's just me honoring my body. If you are dealing with a similar challenge in your shoulders, maybe just some tightness, maybe you have an impinged nerve, anything like that, take your time. With shoulder stretches, just like anything else, that's something we don't want to force our way into. We want to take our time, just allowing ourselves to arrive. So what we're going to do is stand feet about hip width apart, just so we can anchor ourselves into the mat. And then we're going to take our straps almost like a pyramid with the arms. So we're going to reach the arms out and then hold the strap nice and taut between the hands. Again, thinking like a pyramid shape between your arms and the strap. Again, anchor yourself down through your feet, and let's just see where we are by just playing around a little bit. So with the inhale, let's just bring the arms up above the head, take a moment here. See where you are in the shoulders. Do you feel a little loose? Do you feel a little open? Do you feel tight? Beautiful. Breath in, exhale. Let's bring the shoulder strap back down. So what we'll do is we'll take about 10 rounds and we'll go a little bit deeper with each round. And then we'll get to a space where we are at our sort of peak with our shoulder stretch and hold that for a few breaths. So let's go ahead, inhale. We're going to bring the strap up. With the exhale, press your arms back just a little bit. Again, try not to force it. Good. Keep yourself anchored. Good. Breath in. Exhale out. Beautiful, nice and easy. Let's bring the strap back down. And what we can do is just make the strap a little bit shorter each time, right? So instead of having a lot of space with the strap, kind of shorten the distance a little bit, and then just go a little bit. That'll help to kind of deepen the stretch with each round. Inhale, let's bring the arms up. Exhale, bring the arms back. I actually was dealing with this impinged nerve probably about the same time last year when I was in physical therapy. Let's exhale, bring the strap back down. And I was doing some of these shoulder stretches with the strap to help open it. So it actually feels good, but I can feel the work. All right, inhale, let's bring it up. Exhale, let's bring it back. Good, maybe you're going back a little bit further each time. Breath in, exhale, bring it down. Again, with each round, shortening the distance, finding that sweet spot of challenging yourself, going a little bit deeper, but honoring your body. Inhale, let's bring the strap up. Exhale, bring it back. So I call myself trying to do a little French tuck with my shirt, but as I look on camera, I'm like, it just looks like a sloppy tuck. It doesn't look like a French tuck. Let's exhale, bring it back down. So if you see me messing with my shirt, I'm like making sure it looks good on camera. All right, yogis, let's do about, let's say 4 more. I think I might have lost my count there. Inhale, let's bring that strap up. Exhale, press the arms back, going a little bit more, a little bit deeper. Be where you are. I think I have found my sweet spot. Breath in. Exhale, bring it down. Last 3. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, press it back. Maybe close the eyes if that feels good. Let yourself go. Soften the shoulders. Breath in. Exhale, bring it back down. Last 2 here, yogis. Inhale, strap comes up. Exhale, bring it back. You might even get a gentle little back bend in here. If you feel called, you can gently, gently, gently let the head fall back. Just be mindful with the arms raised. Breath in with the exhale, head gently comes forward, strap comes down. And then the last round, we're gonna make this one count, yogis. Inhale, let's bring the arms up. Exhale, go back. A little bit more. A little bit more, but honor your body, be where you are. Close your eyes if that feels good. Anchor down through the soles of your feet. Let's hold this for 5, 4, squeeze your thighs, 3, 2, 1 more breath in. Hold for the exhale. And then nice and easy, let's bring that strap down. We can release the strap, again, not too far. It's gonna make one more appearance in our practice tonight, but maybe just take a moment to shake the arms out. That is good work, y'all. Releasing tension from our shoulders, maybe releasing emotional tension, right? We know that we can carry the weight of the world on our shoulders. So just like the hips, when we take time to physically get into the space and release the tightness and the tension, that can help facilitate the release of pent up emotional energy. So if you feel a relief, if you feel like crying, if you just feel like woosah, go ahead and allow yourself to feel what you feel. And now we're gonna put that shoulder stretch to work, doing our one strengthening posture for tonight. So let's go ahead, come to the top of the mat. And what we're gonna do is work our way into a down dog, then into our strengthening posture for tonight. Let's inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, we're gonna take it down, forward fold. Woo. nice and easy. Inhale, hands to shins or knees, gaze comes forward, flat back. Exhale, fold, and then nice and easy, step it back, downward facing dog. Bringing that body into the shape of an upside down V, and returning to the theme of our class this month, or returning to the theme of the month for our classes rather, coming home to yourself, coming back to yourself, and using your yoga practice as a tool to bring you back to yourself. So keeping that in mind, noticing, does the downward facing dog feel different after that shoulder stretch than you did with the first one? Do you feel a little stronger? Do you feel a little looser? Let's take one more breath in. Hold for the exhale. And then yogis, let's bring your toes into touch. So big toes are into touch. Inhale, come up to your tippy toes. Exhale, roll the body forward into a plank. And then let's hold this for a breath in. Breath out. This is actually not the strengthening posture for the night. And then we're going to drop to the knees for just a moment. And then come to your forearms so that we have prayer hands, but the forearms are on the mat. And then we'll lift the knees and come into a forearm plank. This is our beautiful sweet spot for tonight, our beautiful strengthening posture for tonight. Forearm plank actually works the shoulders. So we did that really nice shoulder stretch, juicing our shoulder joints. So we're just gonna hold this for a few breaths to now strengthen the shoulders. If you wanna add rocking back and forth on your toes, doing so can bring a little heat to the core, but it can also take away from just like being here and holding the posture and feeling like you're holding a forearm plank. 5 more breaths. Squeeze the thighs, keep the hips lifted so we're not sinking in the lower back. Hold for 3, 2, 1 more full deep breath in. Exhale out. Come down to the knees, and let's come back into a child's pose. Woo! Yogi's choice to take down dog, but child's pose is the invitation here. Finding your breath. Pressing the hips back, extending the arms if that feels good. Again, if your head needs any support, holding up one or both of the arms to support your head. And let's give this 10 more beautiful breaths. Really mindful breaths. Feeling the expansion of the belly as you breathe in. The release. You exhale out. Maybe it feels good to turn the head from side to side. Maybe it feels good to sway the hips from side to side. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Five more cycles of breath, yogis. Inhale, fill your belly, your lungs, your chest. Exhale. Just letting it all go. Breathing, coming back to yourself. Taking one more beautiful deep breath in here. Hold for the exhale. Beautiful. And then taking your time, coming from child's pose to hands and knees for just a moment, just to give yourself a chance to shake everything out. Again, if you feel called to take a little cow and cat or whatever you need here. And then nice and easy, we're going to come onto our back. So we're all roads lead to Shavasana from here. So if you want to have a pillow or blanket, whatever you'd like to have to support your head, neck, and shoulders. We're going to come back to our strap. So go ahead and have your strap nearby. We're going to work the hips, but in a loving strap supported way. So we worked our hamstrings with our stretch in the beginning. We actually juiced up the hip joints just a little bit with our grounded tree pose. So now we're going to move into a little bit of a deeper hip stretch that will focus both on internal and external hips. So we started with the right leg last time. Let's start with the left leg. I'm going to draw the knee into the chest. Again, loop the strap around the sole of the foot. But this time, we are going to take both straps in the left hand. Go ahead, extend and release that right leg onto the mat. Anchor yourself down through right thigh, flex the right toes. Right arm can come out to the side like a T. We're going to take a deep breath in, and with the exhale, open the leg all the way to the left. The gaze can come to the right. Once you arrive to where you are in this stretch here, flex the toes, anchor your breath, and you want to notice, I'm even finding that sweet spot within myself. You want to notice that the right hip isn't lifting or tilting over to the left, right? So we don't want to bring the body to the stretch. We want the stretch to find us where we are in our body. So even if that means that leg isn't all the way out to the left, that's okay. Be where you are. And then we know that we use the breath to go a little bit deeper. Hold for 5 deep breaths on this side. So this is getting our internal hips. So you might be feeling this in the groin area, the sort of the upper thigh. Relax the toes. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Good. Let's take one more breath in on this side. Anchor down through that right thigh, yogis. Exhale out. Beautiful. With the inhale, we'll bring that leg up to center. Ooh, probably gotta really get it. I'm gonna use my right hand to help me pull it from the left side. And then we're actually gonna take both straps in the right hand. Left arm comes out to the side like a T, and then let that leg come across the body. Now there is gonna be a little lift here with that left hip just because of the nature of the stretch. But again, you don't want to roll all the way into your right side. So bring that left hip over so you're feeling that beautiful stretch on the outside of the left hip. So this is our external hip stretch. So this is really good if you are having sciatica pain, which can be the result of a tight piriformis muscle. So if the piriformis muscle is tight, this is a really good stretch for that. So really just getting that outer leg. The gaze can come to the left here. And so you'll know if you're coming all the way into the right side, because then you won't feel a stretch in the left leg. So you want to feel this stretch. You want to feel the work. Anchor that left shoulder down. Hold here for 3 more breaths. It's been a long time since we've done this stretch. I knew I wanted to get into the hips today, and at first I thought about pigeon, but I was like, oh, I want to do something different from pigeon. And then I was like, oh my gosh, we haven't done a deep stretch with the straps in a long time. One more breath in. Exhale out. Beautiful. Inhale, leg comes back to center. Now we can take each strap in each hand. Bring that knee into the chest. Whew. And then release the foot from the strap. We'll start with the left knee bent as we move into the right side. Beautiful. Loop the strap around the right foot. We're going to take both straps now in the right hand. Extend and release left leg onto the mat. Flex those left toes. Left arm comes out to the side like a T, and use your breath. Inhale, press up through the sole of the foot. Exhale, take your time, let it open. Give yourself as much room as you need with the strap. So again, it's finding that sweet spot of feeling the work, of feeling the stretch, but honoring your body. 5 beautiful breaths here. Notice what you notice. Press through the sole of the foot. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Relax your face. 2 more breaths. Y'all know yoga breaths are the longest breaths in the world. Good. Let's take one more beautiful deep breath in. Exhale it out. Inhale, leg comes up through center. Take both straps in the left hand. And y'all know what to do. Take it across the body. Right arm coming out to the side like a T. Finding that beautiful balance of the right hip lifting, but not rolling onto your left side. If this stretch feels good for you, when you go to a yoga class or you do yoga with a friend, have the friend pull the strap. So they would be pulling the strap, let's see, like your left toes coming towards your left shoulder, right? If your toes are pointing towards your shoulder, you want to pull the strap in that way. And notice how that just opens up a little bit more. 2 more breaths. Another breath in. Exhale out. Beautiful. Let's bring the leg back to center. Bring the left foot up to meet the right. Let's just give it one more stretch just like this. 3 breaths. One more full deep breath in. Hold for the exhale. And then with your next exhale, draw the knees into the chest. The strap is done for good tonight, at least in this class. And you could take a moment to rock from side to side. If you want to drop the knees all the way to one side, turn your head to the right. Taking a twist, you can do that. And if you want to just rock the knees and not take the twist, yogi's choice. Honor the body. If you do choose to take a twist, to honor the body and do both sides. Let's see, 2 more breaths wherever you are. One more beautiful deep breath in. Hold for the exhale. And this time, taking the fullest, deepest inhale you've taken all class. With the exhale, extend and release the legs onto the mat. Walking the feet out towards the edges or beyond the edges. Arms the same way, unless you feel called to rest hands on belly or your heart. Close the eyes if that feels good, or find a soft gaze if you prefer. When you settle into the shape of Shavasana that feels good for you, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, just feeling the entire body melt into the mat, melt into the earth. Giving yourself permission to let go, to be still, to know that you are held by Mother Earth, supported, loved. Anchor yourself into your breath here. Noticing your inhales and your exhales. And as you rest here, I'll share a passage from Melody Beattie's Journey to the Heart. daily meditations on the path to freeing your soul. And this passage is called Take Time to Be Pleased. Take time to be pleased with all the beauty in this world. Do more than drive by and casually notice a particularly beautiful stretch of scenery. Stop the car, get out, take it in. See it, smell it, touch it if possible. Absorb and feel the beauty you see. Then thank the universe for giving this moment to you. Take time to be pleased with your creations too. Your work, your life, yourself. Look around, then look again. Take time to see the beauty in your own life. Take time to absorb and be pleased with the beauty you see. Then take this gift to others too. Take time to notice and really see all that is beautiful in the people you know. Then tell them aloud what they mean to you and how beautiful you think they are. Opening up to ourselves and the world means learning to recognize and absorb its beauty. Allow yourself to grow, to define and redefine what true beauty means and feels like to you. You may have deprived yourself of noticing beautiful sights too long. It's time to take those dark glasses off. Appreciate the beauty around you. Our soul is nurtured and fed by taking pleasure in the beauty in this world. Gently finding your way back into awareness. Taking a breath in and a breath out. Softly inviting movement into the body. Perhaps gently wiggling your fingers and your toes, or circling around your ankles and your wrists. And if it feels good, you might draw the knees into the chest and rock from side to side, gently turning the head from side to side. Or maybe it feels good to rest the feet onto the mat and just let the knees drop from side to side. Gently rocking all the way to the left, resting in a fetal position with the head supported by the hands. When we come to rest on the left side, that activates the right part of our brain, and the right side is our softer side, our center for intuition and creativity. And so when we do an evening practice, I want to help to keep us in the softer side and move us away from our processing side so that we can ease into a peaceful rest of the evening. So pausing here as you take another breath in, exhale out, and then using the hand that's closest to the earth, to very gently press yourself up into a comfortable seated posture, resting hands on thighs, belly, heart. Maybe resting your hands on the heart, whatever feels good. Softness in your shoulders, length in your spine. Maybe closing the eyes if that feels good. Taking this moment to reflect on your practice tonight. Honoring yourself for making this time for yourself. And remembering to come back to your practice as much as you need to, whether it's movement on the mat, pausing for a breath, taking a walk outside barefoot to ground yourself, reading an inspirational passage. Whatever it is that you need, return to that practice again and again and again. Always finding your way to come home to yourself. Saying to yourself silently or out loud, thank you. I love you. I trust you. I forgive you. Taking another beautiful deep breath in. Exhaling all of the air out. May we all be happy. May we all be free. May we all be peaceful, easeful, useful, and joyful. The light in me honors the light in each of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining, and namaste.